welcome to Tips and Tricks with us here at Xima Software for the Chronicle software. My name is Blake, and I'm actually going to be walking you through our tip and trick today. What we want to focus on today is part of our base license. You actually can get this even if you just have the most basic form of Chronicle, so you don't have to have real-time or anything like that to have access to this. What we're going to discuss today is what we call our emergency call notification or instant 911 notification. Okay, so like I said, you only have to have the base license. You don't have to have anything extra in order to have access to this feature. Now, to start off with here, one of the things I want to mention is before we actually show you how to set up the emergency call notification is we want to go through first and access Chronicle through a web browser. Okay, and the reason I want to do that is because when I access Chronicle through a web browser, down here in the bottom left-hand corner, I will have this button that says download the Chronicle desktop. This feature, a big portion of it takes place here on the Chronicle desktop. When I access the emergency call notification, or when I use the emergency call notification, it will actually send me a message in 3 different ways when someone dials an emergency number in my office. So for example, if someone were to dial 911, I can receive a desktop screen pop, I can receive an email, and I can even receive a text message to let me know that someone has dialed that emergency number. Okay, so this emergency notification or this instant 911 notification, call it what you will, it does require the Chronicle desktop. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do. Very simple. All I have to do is just click this right here. The whole download takes less than 2 minutes. Very, very fast, very simple. Okay, but once I have that downloaded and ready to go, I'm actually going to have a little desktop icon on my desktop that looks just like this. Okay, or very similar to this. But the nice thing is as I mentioned, I have those 3 ways that it can send me a message. And I'll show you really quickly kind of what that little desktop is going to look like. So when someone in my office dials an emergency number, whatever that might be, it will actually send me this screen pop that looks like this. It will tell me who, so Jason Barton, extension 222, at 3:41 p.m., 3:41 p.m. my time, dialed 911. Now, as I mentioned, this allows me through Chronicle, I can actually have any number that I want be considered an emergency number. So I'll show you how to set that up here in just a second. But we do see people that will put in the emergency, of course, their emergency number for their local area, their country, whatever that might be. That might be the security desk phone number or the president of the company's phone number or the international code, whatever it might be. You can enter any of those numbers into Chronicle, and you can consider those to be emergency numbers. And when anybody in your phone system dials that number, you will get a message to let you know that they've dialed that number. Again, primarily number 1 through this little desktop screen pop. But as I mentioned, you can also get an email and a text message to let you know that someone has dialed that number. Okay. Now, one of the nice things about this as well is it's not just the fact that I can have it be for any number. Additionally, this message will send to me as soon as that sequence of numbers is dialed, not once the call ends. There are softwares out there that will do this, but they'll send the call to you once the call ends. Ours will send it to you as soon as that sequence of numbers is dialed, so it's immediate. Okay, so really, really great, really simple to set up, and overall a very, very effective tool. Okay, so if I want to know if people are dialing emergency numbers or numbers that they shouldn't be dialing, I can set this up to send me those messages. Okay, so really quickly, let's look at how to actually set this up. So I'm actually going to jump back in here to Chronicle. I'm going to go ahead and close that down, and I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Now, the majority of our time today is going to be spent here in this admin section, this administration section. So you do have to have administrator privileges to access this portion. However, it's very simple to do. Once I do have administration privileges, first thing I'm going to do is I need to tell Chronicle, again, what I consider to be an emergency number. So I'm going to come in here where it says System Settings. Under System Settings, I'm going to click on Basic Settings. Under Basic Settings, I look for emergency numbers. Now, by default, there will be 4 numbers in here. I currently have 7, but there will be 4 numbers in here, and that's going to be these top 4, 311, 911, 9311, and 9911. Okay, but the great thing again is this can be any number that you want it to be. If you're not sure, maybe you have an office in another part of the world or whatever that might be, you're not sure what that might be, you can come in here and click on Find, and it will show you a list of the emergency numbers for each country. Okay, but additionally, I can just come in here and type in what I consider to be an emergency number. Again, maybe that's the international code. Maybe that's my president of the company's phone number. Maybe it's the security desk number. Whatever that might be, I just come in here and on its own separate line, I enter in that number. Okay, from there, I'll go ahead and hit OK, and then come down to the bottom and I'll hit Save. That's the only thing I have to do under System Settings. Okay, so that's how I tell Chronicle which numbers I consider to be emergency numbers. From there, now I have the opportunity to tell it when I want it to send me that message. Okay, and the way that I do that is I can come up here where it says alerts and triggers. Okay, with alerts and triggers, I'm going to come in here where it says standard triggers, and you're going to notice, lo and behold, the first one here is emergency call. Okay, so I can tell Chronicle who I want to receive those messages and how I want them to receive those messages. The way that I do that is right here where it says click to show. I click on that, and I do have a couple numbers in here already. I'm going to go ahead and erase these just for fun here, so we can kind of start with a fresh slate. Okay, but the way that I do this is, again, I'm going to come in here, click to show, and first thing it's going to ask me is, okay, well, who would you like to receive an email? Really simple. I enter in the emails of the people of whom I'd like to receive those emails. Make sure that if I'm entering multiple emails, I go ahead and separate each one with a comma. I can honestly put as many emails in here as I would like to. Okay, so it might be a little time consuming to start off with, but really, really simple. So I'll enter in my emails, separate each one with a comma. Now here in this email section, I also mentioned that you can also receive a text message if someone dials an emergency number. So in this email section, that's where we're going to put in the text message information. And what I need to do for that is, the first thing I will need to do is I will need to find out what the text message gateway is for the user's phone service provider. Okay, so if I want one of my managers or one of my supervisors to receive a text message, I just Google what their phone service provider's text message gateway is. So for example, I go through Verizon, so I Googled what is Verizon's text message gateway, and it told me, make sure we separate that with a comma, it told me that it's my phone number followed by @vtx.com. Okay, so that's the Verizon text message gateway, your number followed by @vtx.com. For any Verizon users, you're welcome. Okay, there you go. So really simple to do. I go ahead and enter in those emails, I enter in those text message gateways, and now I'm set up to receive those emails and those text messages when someone dials those emergency numbers. Okay. The third thing I'm going to do here is I can see here where it says desktop notification. If I want someone to receive that desktop screen pop, I just come in here and select out of my users who I would like to receive that desktop screen pop. Okay. Once I have those people selected, the other thing I have to make sure of is make sure that those users have that Chronicle desktop downloaded on their screen. If you want them to receive that desktop notification, they have to have the desktop in order for them to receive that message. Okay. Really simple. I select them, hit OK. Once I've got that information saved, okay, if I needed to add anybody else, I'd just go back in there and do that. Okay. Once I've got that information set, I can come down here and hit save. Now, Chronicle knows that when someone dials an emergency number, it knows who to send the message to and how I want them to send that how I want it to send that message. Okay? So very, very simple, really simple to do, great tool, great feature that you guys have access to. Again, that's part of the base license. You don't have to have anything extra. Okay. For more tech tips, you can just keep your eyes out for the emails that we send out. On top of that, if you have any questions, always feel free to go to our Xima support page, which you can access through our Xima software website. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.